Mariam, a young woman born and raised in a vibrant Indian city, was 27 years old. She came from a family that identified with Hinduism, but their connection to the religion was more cultural than spiritual. To them, religion was a ritualistic tradition passed down through generations rather than a deep, practiced belief. Yet, despite their lack of practice, their convictions were firmly tied to their worldview. As a child, Mariam was brought up with certain prejudices ingrained in her mind. She remembered her family's warnings. Stay away from Muslims. They are dangerous people, linked to terrorism. Keep your distance. This mindset shaped her interactions, or lack thereof, for the first 23 years of her life. Even though she lived in a community where Muslims were present, she had never spoken to one. Everything changed when Mariam started a new job. Her workplace introduced her to Muslim colleagues, many of whom were from Pakistan. To her surprise, these individuals were nothing like the stereotypes she had been conditioned to believe. They were kind, respectful, and always willing to lend a helping hand. Their character stood out to her far more than their religious identity. Mariam couldn't help but wonder, how can they be so kind, so different from everything I've been told? Her curiosity grew, and it marked the beginning of a profound journey. Determined to uncover the truth, Mariam began visiting Islamic centers in her free time. She explored the shelves lined with books addressing questions about Islam, God, and the purpose of life. This wasn't an overnight transformation. It was a slow, steady process. For an entire year, Mariam immersed herself in reading and researching, using books and online resources to understand Islam in a way that resonated with her. Instead of diving directly into the Quran, she started with materials that explained its principles and teachings. The more she learned, the more her perspective on life began to shift. She reflected on how she used to place her trust in her family, material possessions, and financial stability. But during this period, it felt as though everything she once relied on was being taken away. Mariam realized Allah was showing me that I was powerless without Him, stripping away the illusions of control I thought I had. This turning point led her to the Quran. She vividly recalled the day she held the Quran for the first time. My hands were trembling, she recounted with emotion. I couldn't stop crying. For over half an hour, I just held it close, tears streaming down my face. It was a moment of spiritual awakening that she struggled to put into words. Accepting Islam was not a decision Mariam took lightly. It required immense courage and conviction. She described the humbling experience of surrendering to Allah's will. There are moments when He leaves you with no choice but to fall to your knees and seek Him. He removes everything, your pride, your self-reliance, so you can turn to Him fully. Today, Mariam continues her journey of faith. She embraces the challenges and joys of learning, knowing that the path ahead is one of growth and deepening connection with her Creator. Islam has given her a renewed sense of purpose and a profound understanding of what it means to place complete trust in Allah.